The QNT Bitcoin chart looks promising. Looks actually fantastic, if you will. This is from Viewer Trading, and one of the top analysts in the space, Benjamin Cohen, says if you want to unlock the secret to the crypto space, you should also pay attention to coins' Bitcoin charts and Bitcoin dominance. So in TradingView and trading platforms, you could pair your coin to Bitcoin QNT USD / Bitcoin USD and do TA from that perspective and see where the project leads, right? And as you can see from this chart, QNT is holding this crazy support level against Bitcoin, right? This is a type of strength that we're seeing here for Quant against Bitcoin could lead on its Bitcoin peer to a 600% move to even a 7,400% move, a 74x move, right? On the Bitcoin peer because the strength that it has, right? And when a project starts to outperform Bitcoin, that is the one that you want to have exposure to. If a project is showing strength on its Bitcoin peer and showing a ton of strength against Bitcoin, that is a project you want to have exposure to, right? I recently talked about projects that are making new lows against Bitcoin. And obviously they're great projects with great technologies, and I wouldn't count them out because anything could change in crypto. Crypto changes pretty quickly, but at this moment, from a TA perspective, they're in a very bad spot and they need to turn things around because projects like Polkadot here, right, had a great 2021 cycle, 2020 to 2021 cycle, but the 2023 to 2024 cycle, not great at all, right? Less than a 2x move, and now it's making new lows against the entire market, against Bitcoin. A project that is making new lows against its Bitcoin peer is not great. It's really not great, right? Even though in 2020 to 2021 this project was fantastic with great utility, it had great technology as well, but now it's losing strength against Bitcoin. Same thing with Sonic, previously Phantom. Sonic is losing strength against Bitcoin as well, making new lows, right? And this is not the type of project, this is not the type of charts you want to see. And again, these projects could turn around in an instant. No disrespect to them. I'm just speaking from I'm not a technical analyst, but I'm just talking from the perspective of charts, right? This is what charts are showing me. I always hear in the crypto space, you should buy strength and relative strength. If something is showing relative strength against Bitcoin, that is a good project to hold, right? Or have in your portfolio, right? Sonic, however, losing strength against Bitcoin, making new lows. Atom as well, Cosmos, right? Great altcoins in the 2020 to 2021 cycle, but now, it's not that great anymore. They're making new lows at this time. If they were holding previous levels, I would have been like, okay, they're holding previous levels. I'm not mad at that. Look at, for example, Litecoin, for example, or Dogecoin. Even Dogecoin, for example, if you take a look at Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin isn't making a new low here. It's just recently starting to come back down to its low, right? So Dogecoin might just come back down to maybe 6 cents or 5 cents, and then it, consolidates there for the next bull run, right? Not a new low being made here for Dogecoin. Same thing with Litecoin as well, right? Litecoin retesting its low but not making a new low, right? Coming back, probably comes back down to $38, maybe $30, $32 per Litecoin, but not making a new low. It's just retesting its low, right? Even Bitcoin Cash, for example, right? Bitcoin Cash. See, Bitcoin Cash not making a new low. It actually did pretty well this cycle. It did a 5x this bull run, the 2023 to 2024 bull run, because 7x actually, just around a 7x. That's fantastic. A 7x move, that's great. And you see it's holding its that pullback. It's not making a new low, right? It's holding this pullback that it has right here. I use these projects as examples to show you that Quant is something very similar. It's not making a new low. It's just coming down to retest the low. So maybe if we do have a final crash in the market, Quant comes back down to $44, and then after it retests that $44 area, $45 area, the next bull run starts, and then you see the run for Quant from $44 to $45 to potentially $1,000, if not $2,000 to $3,000, right? That's more than likely what's going to take place in the next bull run. That's what I think, right? Because it's held its support level for this long, and on its Bitcoin peer chart, it's very strong on its Bitcoin peer chart, right? QNT, from knowledge up only, QNT is shorting retail's knowledge on decentralized financial market infrastructure. People are staring blank at the solution. So here we go. Remember how I spoke about, Gilbert and the Quant team attending GFTN. I think it was GFTN. Correct me if I'm wrong, but attending the Japan event where, they spoke about finance, blockchain, banking settlements, the new future of finance, right? Justin, Bank of Japan, to test blockchain settlement for bank reserves. Per the block, BOJ Governor Kazuo Ueda announced the central bank will run experiments using blockchain to settle deposits that financial institutions hold with the BOJ. The Sandbox project will test settlement using central bank money in the form of current account deposits directly on a blockchain system. And, again, Gilbert and the Quant team in general, attending these events and, potentially integrating themselves into these sectors of the market, sectors of the world is massive, in my opinion, right? Very massive stuff. So we're not gonna play the video, but again, very interesting, man. The new release of Dentsu Soak inside of QNT partnership gives some key details. Went over this, but before, like I said, all of this ties into the previous Japan event that took place. Proven track record in demonstration projects with central banks and regulators, right? This is from the account Tokenizer. Make sure you gave them a follow. The company has built and gated the payment system StreamR that supports BOJNet, Bank of Japan's large-scale instant growth settlement. Proven track record in demonstrating projects working with central banks and regulators, including the Bank of England, the BIS Project Rosalind, the European Central Bank, UK Regulated Liability Network, and the Great Britain Tokenized Deposit. These present a realistic path to introduce tokenized deposits, bank-issued stablecoins, and programmable payments to banks, right? What is Quant Fusion? The Overledger is focused on interoperability and programmable payments to corporate banks, traditional finance, right? All of this ties in to Quant. And again, these are the things I'm paying attention to here. These are the things I'm researching. Obviously, like I said, I'm never telling anyone to overinvest here. But if you're just going from a chart TA perspective, you can't say Quant did not hold well this bull run. It did. It didn't give you the life-changing gains, but the bull run was mainly Solana meme coins and Sui meme coins. A bit of that, like a tiny bit. It's a tiny bit of that. It was mostly Solana meme coins, AI projects, Solana meme coins, Solana itself, Sui, and a tiny bit of Sui meme coins. And that was pretty much the bull run. Weakest bull run, worst bull run ever, as people have stated. People that were in the market way before me. I'm talking people 2017, 2018, 2019, etc. People that were in the market way longer than I have said this was the worst bull run we ever had, this recent bull run, because it's clear as day that was the recent bull run, 2023 to 2024, and now we're in a bear market, right? So even if Quant didn't get you those life-changing gains, you didn't really lose money here. If you just bought Quant over the past, few years since the 2021 cycle, you didn't really lose money. If you just DCA'd Quant, you did not really lose any money. A lot of other people in altcoins, like I said, like I just mentioned, they lost money here with Dot, Sonic, Atom, Matic, Polygon, Matic. They lost money, man. They lost money. So again, that's why I'm like, well, from a chart perspective, Quant is in a great spot. So as I said, I think 10 Quant is a good bet to make. Like I said, I think $1,000 to $3,000 Quant is very possible from here, from 769 million market cap. Not looking for anything too crazy, right? 10 Quant is $637. That's going to potentially get you a ROI of $10,000 to maybe even $30,000, because I think $1,000 per Quant is like so realistic. I don't think that's unrealistic at all, right? And a 10,000 ROI is great, right? And then obviously you look at crypto from a long-term perspective. You leave some profits in. You make profits on Quant. You leave profits in, and then you leave some profits for the long term for Valhalla, even if it goes to a crazy high market cap or price target. You have some profits left in, right, for that. You take profits, you put those into USDC stablecoin, and then you prepare yourself for the next cycle or the next opportunity, right? That's how you take this space one step at a time, guys. So as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join my Discord, follow me on X, and subscribe to my Eclipse channel. Really appreciate all the support on the videos. I really do, guys. It really helps out. Thank y'all so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.